mi gente bella y bienvenidos a mi canal. My name is Sandra if this is your first time here, and welcome to my channel. In this channel, I'll be speaking and you'll be learning about everything high-end or luxury candle making business tips. So in today's video, we'll be discussing how to price your candles. I have a video entitled, well, not entitled, but titled, How to Price Your Candles / Products, in which I give you an in-depth information on how to research your market to come up with a new product and pricing that product. However, in that video, I didn't break down the information on how to actually price your own candles in your store. So hit the like button if you're with me so far. So in this video, you'll be learning how to price your actual candles and how I price my candles, and this is the steps that I will be teaching you. So we're going to be dissecting 5 steps with one additional optional step that I use on how to adequately price my candles and make some profit. So let's dive in. So step number 1, we're going to make a list of all the items that you'll be including in that one candle. For example, you're going to be using what vessels, if you're going to include the lid. So in this example, we're going to be using a lid. So it'll be the vessel plus the lid, the wax, the wick, the fragrance oil, your shipping boxes, the product labels, the actual product box, the tissue paper, if you're going to be including tissue paper or crinkle paper or whatever else you're going to be including in your shipping box, a thank you card, and a care card. And you could combine the thank you card with the care card, which I do, and a free gift. So we're going to make a list of all the items that you're going to be including in that one candle. And then in step number 2, we're going to price each item that we have listed with its metrics, either ounces, milliliters, liters, pounds, centimeters, whatever it is that you use to purchase that particular item. And I only include that so you'll know exactly what metric system or metric measurement is for each individual item. Okay, if you want to make them all the same metric system, metric measurement, you can, but you don't necessarily have to do that. And then in step numero 3, we're going to be dividing the total price of the item by the quantity of the items that you have to get, so that we'll know the value per item. In other words, how much will one piece of that item cost you? So step number 4 is your overhead items, such as electricity, ink, papers, anything else that you use to run your business. This will be more money when your business, obviously grows. And right now, you may not know how much overhead you have as of right now, because obviously you haven't been in business for more than a year. And if you have, then that's good, because then you'll know exactly how much money you have spent on overhead items. So overhead things are things that you continuously use to run your business. And you don't necessarily have to include this. Again, this is an optional step. I do not include it in my overall pricing, so I'm not going to be including it in this example. And then we go into step number 5. And this is adding all of your items, and this will be the total price to make one candle. Okay, and by one candle, I mean the total pricing per each item, so that you could count how much money is each candle before you actually sell it. So you need to know first how much is that price of one candle. You can also, in this step, add a flat fee shipping for that item, or you can let the customers purchase shipping on their own when they purchase on your website. I do not include the shipping price in my actual item. I just let the customers choose their shipping on their own when they go into the cart and start to do the purchasing process. But I know some people offer flat rate shipping, so all their shipping will be, let's say, for example, $5. I don't necessarily do that. I just let the customers on their own purchase their own shipping prices, because shipping does tend to fluctuate in whichever part of the US there you are shipping them to. So then in step number 6, well, technically number 5, because 4 is optional. So in this step, after you have the total price to make one candle, you can either multiply the total by 2, 3, 4, 5, or whatever amount of profit you want to make, or how much you think your item is worth for that one candle. Some people times their total of their one product by 4 for retail, and then times 2 for wholesale. But this only depends on how much your item costs overall. And also you should be able to make a perceived value of your product and also your target audience. Because if your product already costs $100, you wouldn't want to times that times 4 for $100 and then expect your market to actually purchase a candle for $400. I mean, there are candles for that much, but you know, we're just starting out and your branding is brand new, so you probably would not be selling one candle that costs $400. So it all depends on your total item cost. And obviously if your candle already costs $400, then that means you shouldn't even be making this candle, because it's way too expensive. You won't be making your money, or at least a profit, off of that one candle. So another alternative is to download an app called Percentage Calculator, and I'll put how the app looks in the screen. And you could use that. Well, you could use that percentage calculator to see the upscale or markup. I'm sorry. So you could calculate the markup for your actual one candle, but it's also the same thing as just multiplying times 2 times 3 times 4. But it is a very nice tool because you know exactly how much you'll be making and the percentage, and how much you could price up or down depending on how much percentage you have marked up that actual item. So now let's start with an example. So for here, and this is I know a lot of people use tin cans. I don't necessarily use it anymore. I used to use the tin cans, but the reason why I'm using the tin can in this example is because the tin can already comes with a lid, and you don't have to factor in the price of a lid. So in this example, we're going to be using the tin can from Wick Co. I could have used the tin can from Candle Science, but it didn't look kind of luxury in my opinion, so I didn't use that one. Plus the one from Wick Co looks really, really nice, and it's very easy, and it's very easy on the eye, so it's very pretty. And since we're saving on cost, not like we're trying to be cheap with our product, but we're trying to save on cost, so we're going to be cost effective in this example. And a lot of the things that I'm going to be adding here is things that I don't necessarily want to do on my own, because my time is money, and I don't think I should be spending more time doing something that I could just purchase. Even though in the long run it probably would have been better for me to do it, but I mean, I want to spend more time doing something else other than this. So we'll get there. Okay, so obviously the more bang for our bucks, the better. So oh yeah, and another reason why I purchase most of my items from the Wick Co is because they already offer free shipping for items over $99, even though overall they kind of jack their prices up to account for the shipping. However, in the end, it comes out to be cost effective because you are purchasing a large amount of items from that one particular store. So let's go over to the Wick Co to choose our items, and I'll be putting the item list on the screen so you guys can see exactly what I am doing. So from the Wick Co, we're going to be purchasing the candle tin, which is the 9 ounce 3 by 3.75, and in each case it comes with 12. And in this example we'll be using 10 cans, so we'll be using 120 pieces. So we'll be purchasing 120 pieces of 10 cans, so we'll be purchasing 10 cases, and this will be a total of $504. And in order for us to calculate, say for example we didn't know that each of these candle tints individual prices were, the way that you calculate is you divide 504 over the quantity total. So in this case we'll have 120 cases, 120 pieces, so it'll be 504 over 120, which gives you the price of $3.78 per tin can. And also because the Wick Co, because you're purchasing over $89, they will not add the shipping cost. So I did not factor in the total cost of the tin can with shipping, because shipping is already included in this pricing. I'll explain how to calculate shipping into your products later when we get down to ordering from another supplier. We're also going to be using the wicks, the wooden wicks from Wick Co, and I'm going to pick the Whisper Booster, which is the 0.02 times 0.5 times 5 length. So we'll be getting 200 pieces, since they only go by increments of 100 and we're ordering 120, so 200 pieces, and that comes out to $52. So again, they actually give us the pricing per wicks and wick clip. When you go into the cart, it already pops up. So it's 0.07 for the wick clip and 0.26 cents for the wick itself. So we're going to be using the virgin coconut soy. I like the cocoa apricot instead, but they didn't have that, so we're going to be using the next best thing. So it's virgin coconut soy, and it's $156.95 for for 55 pounds. But for this example, we need two 55 pounds of wax, so it'll be 156.95 times 2, which is $313.90. So again, to calculate how much per pound, you'll divide $313.90, or $313 and $90. Why can't I say this right? $313.90 by the total amount of pounds that we'll be using, and it'll be $5.70 per pound. And because I enjoy the fragrances from the Wick Co over many other candle suppliers, so we're going to be going with them. And again, because their shipping is already included, and I don't want to go and purchase another fragrance from another store where the fragrance is going to be adding to my shipping cost. So in here, we'll be going to use or pick the Golden Oud Myrrh. I think that's how you say it. Golden Oud, whatever. Golden Oud Myrrh. And we're going to get the 1 gallon. And the reason why we're going to get 1 gallon is because if you get only the 16 ounces, it's not really beneficial, because it's not even enough to make a few candles. So we're going to be using the 1 gallon, and for 1 gallon, it's $491.42. And again, divide the price by the total gallon, which is 3.78 liters, over, $491.42 over 378, which is going to give you $384 per liter. Okay, so that's 384 cents. So that's $3.84 per liter, because I converted it into liters. So in this example, we're going to be using the product boxes from the Wick Co. And we already know the dimensions, which is 4 by 4 by 4.75, and a set of 4 is $15.80, and we need 36 cases. And obviously we're going to be accounting for how much candle tin cans we already purchased or is in our cart. So we need a total of 36 cases. So because it's not going to add it to our cart because it's not in stock, we'll multiply 36 times $15.80, and we'll get $568.80, or $3.95 per box. So then this is it for the wooden Wick Co. And I'll give you all the tally. I'll put it all up in the screen so you guys can see that too. So now we're going to be moving to candle science, because although the wooden Wick Co has warning labels and wick stickers, it's really not beneficial because they don't sell it in a bunch. They only sell a small amount of quantity at a time, and I thought that was not cost effective. So from the wooden Wick Co, do not get your warning labels or your wick stickers because it is way too expensive to get it from them. And also you can also make your own warning labels for your candle jars. But for this example, and I do not make my own because I feel as if it's already made, why purchase paper, waste ink, and do all of that extra when it's already pre-made and it's not even that expensive. And buying paper and buying ink, you could save that for something else that you could make other stuff on your own. For example, printing labels. So you don't need warning labels when it's already pre-made. Anyways, I'm rambling on. So in candle science, they have 1,000 per row, and it's $21.40. And now this is how I calculate the shipping. So here I do this one by one so I could know exactly how much is the candle costing me for this particular example, or this is how I do it all the time. So I'll just add the first time, I'll just add the warning labels to the actual cart. Then I'll calculate the shipping, and for Florida, well, in my area, it'll be $4.50 for the shipping. So I add that $21.40 plus $4.50 equals to $25.90. And then I'll do the same thing again. $25.90, divide that by 1,000. It gives me 0.0259, but I'll round it off to 0.03. So each individual warning labels is 0.03 cent. I know that Candle Science provides you with the individual item price in their website. However, because they charge for shipping, so shipping will be extra, you can either go with the price they gave you by itself, or you can add the item to your cart, just like I did, calculate the shipping, and then take the total of the item and divide that by the quantity that you are purchasing, and then that'll give you the exact amount including shipping. If you don't want to add the shipping prices to your overall tally, then you don't have to do that, but I do this because obviously I'm paying for shipping, and you know, you need to make your money back. So yeah, add the shipping. So then also from Candle Science, we'll be also purchasing the wick stickers. So at this point, I'll remove the wick labels or the warning labels from my cart, and then add the wick stickers, and that is $1,000 per row, and that is $23.94. And again, the shipping will be $4.50 because it's going to the same exact place. It doesn't weigh that much, and it's $1,000 per row. So, you know, they calculate that as $4.50, so that's good or whatever. And then it's $28.44. So $4.50 plus $23.94 equals to $28.44. And you divide 28.44 over 1,000, and that gives you 0.03 cent each individual little wick sticker. And that is it for candle science. Now, we need product labels. Okay, so for the product labels, I know again, you could purchase your own paper from either from Avery, from Amazon, or from online labels. But again, I don't want to do the extraness, so I just purchase the product labels already done. So I go to uprinting.com and I purchase the labels that goes on the actual candle and on the actual box. Now, this is where it doesn't get tricky, but instead of you purchasing two different types of product labels, one for the box and one for the candle, just purchase one size that will fit both the candle and the product box, so that you won't be spending more money in purchasing two different labels. So we'll get the 3x3 because it'll fit both the box and the actual candle jar. And we'll be purchasing 500 count of the matte labels, and we're going to be printing it for $78.50. And again, I go to the end and I calculate my address by purchasing by inputting my address into the location where it asks for the address, so you could calculate your shipping. And for me, it'll be $18.25, plus they charge you tax, so it'll be $6.77. So in total, it'll be $103.52. So to calculate the pricing for each individual label, we'll divide 103.52 over 500, and that gives you 0.20. So each individual label costs you 20 cents each. Now again, you could do this on your own, but I don't feel like I want to do this on my own. So I purchased the thank you card from Uprinting as well. And I'll do the exact same thing that I did with Candle Science. Remove all of it and then go back to the printing, search for the actual thank you card or postcard. You could do postcard as well. And we're going to be choosing the 4x6. We're going to be printing on both sides. We're only going to be getting 200 for this particular order, and for 200 printing on both sides is going to be $141.11. And I input my address again. It'll be $23.86 for shipping plus $11.55 for tax. So in total, it comes out to be $176.52, and then we'll divide that by 200 to get 88 cents. So 88 cents is each individual thank you card. And on the thank you card, you could also double that as your warning or care card. So that's what I did. I doubled it up together. So aside from having the Wick warning labels at the bottom of each candle, I also have a care card with a thank you on it as well, so that the information is repeated throughout the purchase, so that they won't say that I did not tell them what the warning is to burn or whatever. And also, if you forget to put the warning sticker label at the bottom of your candle, because sometimes that does happen to me, then you'll have a backup, which is the actual thank you card, which also has the care card information on that particular card. So, double is better than none. And then that'll be it for Uprinting. Okay, so we're going to be going to Uline to be ordering packing peanuts. And if you've received shipping for any of your candle supplies, most suppliers already have packing peanuts in their packaging, so you can reuse those. And if you don't have any packing peanuts, because I know that the Wick Co does not offer packing peanuts in their shipping, they offer something else. I believe it's paper, but it's a biodegradable paper. And if it goes with your theme, then you could go ahead and put that inside of your packaging. But I did research what paper they use, and that's pretty expensive. So that's why I don't use whatever the packaging that Wick Co uses, because it is very expensive in my opinion. So now I know why they jack up their prices, because they do use expensive packaging. So if you want to use packing peanuts, or if you want to use bubble wrap, or if you want to use anything else to protect your candles during shipping, then this is where you should include the packaging. And I like to use packing peanuts because I have a lot of it, because I order a lot from, you know, different suppliers, and they do include the packing peanuts inside of their packaging. And these are biodegradable. So I'm glad that they use those. Otherwise, I wouldn't have used it myself. So for this example, we're going to be going to uline.com, and they're packing peanuts, the biodegradable ones. We're going to be choosing the 7 cubic feet one, which is $17. And we're going to be needing 2 of those, because I kind of don't know what cubic feet, how much is a cubic feet. So we're going to be using 2. So it looks like it's half the my body weight, so by my hip, I think. So we'll be just getting 2 of those, and it's $34, and it's $18.50 for shipping to my area. So in total, plus shipping, is $52.50. And again, $52.50, divide that by the total amount of packing peanuts per bag or whatever, and we'll be getting $3.75 each per cubic feet. So this right here next is whatever miscellaneous items you want to include into your packaging, such as tissue paper, ribbons, bows, crinkle paper, or any other packing items that isn't necessary but will make your packaging pretty and aesthetically pleasing, thus creating a unique brand. You could include that in this price point. But if you don't want to, you don't include any of those. I'm not going to include it in this one, although I do use tissue paper, but you don't necessarily have to use it. So that's just something that I put on the side. I'm not going to include it in this example, because I want to keep it a little bit cost effective, so that you know exactly how much it will be. And anyways, I didn't use my tissue paper from here. I had it made. So yeah, I'm not going to include it here. So although all of these items, you know, the bowls, the tissue paper, the ribbons, or whatever, are all optional, these items will set you apart from your competition, which is other candle makers. So if you want to include that into your pricing, then you can go ahead and do that. Or, oh, and another thing, the free gift. Okay, now your free gifts can include a free wax melt, a free 2-ounce candle, a free room spray, or a percentage off coupon, or whatever else you think you want to give out for free. You could include it, that in your packaging as well. Now, this might be a little controversial, because if you're giving out something for free, why are you charging people for the free item that you are giving to them? But you can either put that on your overhead pricing, because it is something that is recurring, or you can add the weight of the free shipping item to the actual total price of whatever that person is going to be ordering. So if you already know the price of your free item, let's say for example it costs you 2 cents to make that one individual free item, then you add that 2 cents to your total, so that they'll be paying for shipping, if that makes any sense. Now, I know that you might be like, why am I paying for something that is given out for free? I don't want this free stuff. Okay, now a lot of stores that offer free things include the shipping for that free thing in the total pricing of whenever you buy something. Just go to Candle Science, for example. If you input that free fragrance oil, you're going to go to the end, and it's going to subtract the total price of that free fragrance oil from your actual tally. But What they don't remove is the weight of the actual item, because it is being shipped to you with the other items. So if you don't pick a free item, you will see that your overall weight will be less than when you do add it to the cart. And you could go ahead and you do this on your own, and you'll see that I am not lying, that I'm telling you the truth, and this is what they do, because I did that before, and then I saw that the free gift is not free completely, because they add in the shipping of that free gift. So you could also do the same thing when you calculate the shipping price of your actual one candle price. Okay, now let's go. Now will be the last part of the process, which is your shipping boxes. Now this is completely free if you are using the USPS boxes, and they're completely free. So this is a very good option for you, because we're trying to be cost effective, and you can always upgrade your shipping boxes for an actual branded box and later when you get bigger and whatever. But at this point right now, it's good to just use the USPS free shipping boxes, because this will increase your overall overhead in the total price, and also you'll be spending more money on something that someone is going to throw away, because I don't really keep those branded boxes anyways. So yeah, don't waste your money on a branded box when no one is going to keep the branded box. So yeah, anyways, so now let's tally up everything to see how much money we're going to be spending to make 120 candles to sell. So now we're going to do, the first thing was the Wick Co, and it was $1,893.72, and this is including the product boxes that we tallied up on the side because they didn't have that in stock. And then we go to Candle Science, and the total for Candle Science was $54.35. And I know that you can also just tally up everything from your actual cart, and then divide the shipping fee between all the items that you purchase. But I think it's not 100% accurate, because not all the items in there are that exact. They're not divided equally in weight. So that's why I do it this way. I do it separate, so I know exactly how much the shipping will be for each individual item. So from Candle Science, it's $54.35 total. From Uline, it ended up being $52.50. And from Uprinting, the total was $280.04. For everything all together, the grand price is $2,280.61, and this is to make 120 tin can. Even though you might use some of the other stuff for like the wick stickers, the wick stickers, the wood wicks, or whatever else you have extra, you could use it for another product. But for this grand total, this is only this product that we're going to be using. So for 120 tin cans, it's $2,280.61. Now, to recap, to know exactly how much we are going to be making one candle, let's go back. So for one tin can, it costs $3.78. For the wooden wick is 26 cents. The clip is 0.07 cents. The soy wax is $5.70 per pound. For the fragrance oil is $3.84 per ounce. For the boxes is $3.95 per box. Warning labels is 0.3 cents. The wick stickers is also 0.3 cents. The product labels is 20 cents. The thank you cards / warning labels is 0.88 cents. The packing peanuts is $3.75. Without adding a flat rate shipping price to each of those candles is $22.49 per candle. So it will cost us $22.49 for that one particular candle. So if you're already selling your candles for $22.49 or you're selling your candles for $23, you're actually not making any profit because the candle itself costs $22.49. So in order for you to make a profit, you either have to multiply that by 2, 3, 4, 5, or whatever in order for you to make a profit. So if you're with me so far, and if you understood all my rambling and there's my explanation, give this video a thumbs up so I know that you understood, and I know that I explained it very well. If not, then let me know so I can make another video and I'll explain it again. So if we want to make a profit times 2, we'll price our candles for $44.98. If you want to make triple the money, then we'll price that same candle for $67.47. Or if you want to make 4 times the money, it'll be $89.96. Now again, if you want to price your candles 4 times as much as you spent on the candle, this candle better be looking so luxurious, so on brand, so worth it for you to price your candle for $89.96. Because if you just slap one of those, regular boxes or a candle, the labels is not up to par, then $89.96 might be too much for that candle. So I feel as if you have to put in that much effort for your candles to be worth $89 or whatever amount you want to make it. Now, I know a lot of the things that I did put in there, like the labels that I could have done on my own, or the warning stickers that I could have also done on my own. Like I said earlier before, I feel as if I don't have to do that when it's already made and it doesn't even cost that much to make. So, and my time is precious, so if it's already made and I could purchase it, it's already made, then why not? So again, this candle cost $22.49 to make. So the total candle price will also depend on how much money you spent for your supplies. So the less amount of money you spent on supplies, the least amount your overall candle will be, and the most profit you can make out of that one candle. So I hope this video helped you with pricing your candles, and if you found value in this video, please like, comment, let me know if I did something that you don't do, or if I do something that kind of is off and you want to input something that you do way better than me. Go ahead and leave me a comment down below. Share this video. It helps me with the YouTube algorithm, and it also helps other candle makers find my video. So, hasta la próxima. Bye, mi gente bella.